This one's going to be different. We want to make this pungent in your face. I like spicy stuff. I'm from New Mexico. This one's going to be spicy. Have fun with your ground beef. It's going to be just as delicious, but very, very non-traditional. Beef tartare! My name's Dalton. I'm a private chef in Durango, Colorado. Now we're going to be making a very non-traditional take on a tartare using our ground beef that we made with our very fancy plate and our very fancy grinder attachment. So this one, we're going to just start with the beef, just because it's not enough to make this taste different. We have to break all the traditional rules if we're going to make a weird tartare. I got some Fat Crow mustard here. This is like a spicy stone ground mustard. All right, we're going to add some pickled mustard seeds to this one as well. So this will be a little bit mustard heavy. Here I've got some finely brunoised Fresno chilies. I'm going to go for a solid teaspoon and a quarter. I'm going to crush it with chives because the more alliums, the better. That's about 1.5 teaspoons. We're going to hit it with our shallots, probably another teaspoon and a half. In traditional tartare, they keep the ingredients a little bit more restrained, a little bit more restricted. You're kind of pushing the beef to the forefront and just adding everything as a nice little supporting element. This one's going to be different. We want to make this pungent, in your face, kind of a punchy tartare. Some capers. This is a great way to add little bursts of salt. About a half teaspoon there. Finally, some anchovy. People are a little bit perturbed by anchovy, unless you watched a lot of Ninja Turtles growing up, but you're going to put a little sprinkle of this, half a teaspoon. Just, again, add a little bit of this like brightness and some nice little pops of salt. Traditionally, lemon juice. We're going to go back to our lime because I like lime. And with the chili, with the anchovy, it's going to work really, really well. Hit it with our lime juice first. Because we're going to serve this right away, I want to hit it with the lime juice and really get it into the beef. Try to fold it. Try not to smush it into the walls. If you smush it, then it's just going to turn into a burger patty. Now that we've got everything distributed, which usually distributes really nice in the ground tartare, we're going to use our fat, a little bit of olive oil here. Don't be scared of the olive oil. Same thing with the egg yolk. You want to add enough fat to carry all those flavors on the palate. I can tell by the texture and the shininess that I need a little bit more. Probably doing about a teaspoon of olive oil. I like to pick the bowl up because it kind of lets everything cascade down. Gives a nice mix to it. Maldon sea salt. We got the smoked Maldon here. Nice texture. And that little smoky flavor is going to be great with the chili. I'll give this a taste. Went everywhere. Literally, I'm just holding it in a hand cup. Needs more salt. Wash my hand. A little bit more caper, a little bit more chili. Some smoked salt. Just make sure we get enough. Under-seasoned tartare is criminal. Give everything a good toss together, and we'll move on to plating. So, normally, tartare, nice little ring mold. Make it look pretty, right? Well, since we're doing a non-traditional tartare, we're going to do a non-traditional shape. I think people need to play with their food a little bit, and this is a perfect opportunity. Right there in the center, because we're still classy. This is going to be hard to fill. Let's see. So you're going to need to kind of push this tartare out to the edges, especially on these funky shapes. And this lends itself well to a ground tartare. If you try doing this with diced tartare, there's just a lot less structure and edges for everything to come in contact with, so they don't stack as well. So if you're going to try the ground tartare, stick it in a funky mold. Make yourself a little gingerbread man or a little cow, whatever you feel like. And then this one, give it just a little pressure. Make sure it doesn't come crashing down on you. And since we're going non-traditional, we're going to do a little extra plating here. So get this up. Delicately, I'll get that little caper off. Give him his little eyeball. There we go. Perfect. We'll add a little zest right here on top. A lot less worried about keeping things nice and neat and tidy like you would with a French tartare. And we'll let this kind of fill up some of the plate. There it is. Our non-traditional, definitely beef tartare. I couldn't help myself. I already ate the leg. Saltiness from the capers. Little umami from the anchovies. Got the Fresno chilies and spicy mustard in there. Just a tiny kick to it. Olive oil kind of brings everything together. Hit it with a little zest. Spice it up. Do whatever you want. This is a good kind of format to take, and then try it for yourself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed making beef tartare. Should I come up from below the island? Beef tartare. Now I feel like I'm on the spot. There's our nice traditional beef Okay. There's our nice untraditional beef tartare. The food's so nice, they named it twice.